Good morning, everyone. Let's begin with a very interesting story by Carol Capek, The Fortune Teller. Now, we'll have just a kind of an introduction about the story, and especially before that, we will have an introduction about the writer who has written the story. Carol Capek is the name of the writer. Karel Capek was a Czech novelist and a diplomat. He was a dramatist, short story writer, and a journalist. He was educated at the University of Prague, Berlin, and Paris. His training in biology provided the themes for his science fantasies, which are strongly influenced by the early works of H.G. Wells. Now, he was equally attracted to philosophy and considered himself a disciple of the American pragmatist William James. Definitely, when we say that Carol Capek was attracted to philosophy, there is a reflection of philosophy in this essay, The Fortune Teller. Sorry, in the story, The Fortune Teller. And this story not only depicts about the philosophy of life, but it also says that how can a person tells a fortune of the other person and in which way it influences and affects the lives of the other people. Now, let's come to the fact that what kind of stories Carol Capek writes. Now, in his short stories, Capek depicts middle class society with great insight, love, and gentle humor. So, what kind of things that he's depicting in his stories? Of course, middle class society. He's not talking about the aristocratic, rich London society. He's talking about the middle class society. And what he's dealing in his stories have great insight. Insight here means knowledge about the life of the middle class people. Love, of course, you already know, and gentle humor. Gentle humor here means a soft kind of a uh, soft uh, laugh or laughter that could bring a kind of smile on your faces. Now let's see what the story is about. Now, in The Fortune Teller, Capek displays a deep understanding of human conceit as well as frailty. What is human conceit and frailty? Frailty is something which is not natural. Conceit is something which is artificial, something which is temporary, which lasts for a very little time and then it disappears. So he talks about that human beings are running after those things which are temporary, those things which are not something which lasts for a longer time. And he underlines the role played by destiny and the stars in making or marring people's lives and fortunes. So, what is the most important thing in the story? He just lays importance to the fact that destiny, of course, plays a major role in making or destroying the lives of people and the fortunes. So, because the title of the story is Fortune Teller, he just wants to say that what kind of a fortune teller this female is. Now, this story is about Mrs. Myers, and she is the protagonist of the story, and she's the one who tells the fortune of people. In fact, we can say it's a kind of a profession she is into, and let's see how she displays. Everybody who knows anything about the subject will realize that this episode could not have happened in Czechoslovakia or in France or in Germany, for in all these countries, as you're aware, judges are bound to try offenders and to sentence them in accordance with the letter of the law and not in accordance with the shrewd common sense and the dictates of their conscience. Now, he's saying that this story is not, that episode can never happen in France or Germany and all these countries. He's talking about the law, the rules of the law, the court that is being taken place. Every country has different kind of laws and rules, and you have to follow them definitely. So let's see how he begins. And he says, at the fact that in the story there is a judge who is passing sentence. Passing sentence here means who is giving his final judgment, who was guided not by the statute book but by sound common sense, is due to the circumstance that the incident which I am about to relate could have happened nowhere else than in England. So he says, of course, statute book is a book of the law. So he's saying that this incident could never happen because in any other country, because the judge, he definitely uses common sense when this case was brought in front of him. It was not basically just upon the circumstances. And such an incident could never have happened anywhere except in London. In fact, it happened in London, or to be more precise, in Kensington. No, wait a bit, it was in Brompton or Bayswater. Anyway, somewhere thereabouts. The judge was, as a matter of fact, a magistrate, and his name was Mr. Kelly JP. Also, there was a lady, and her name was plain Myers, Mrs. Edith Myers. So here we come to know that who was a judge? He was a magistrate. The case was brought in front of him, and the lady against whom this whole case was put was Mrs. Edith Myers. In fact, she was the fortune teller. Now let's see what happens. The story moves further. Well, I must tell you that this lady, who was otherwise a respectable person, came under the notice of Detective Inspector McCleary. "My dear," said McCleary to his wife one evening, "I can't get that Mrs. Myers out of my head. What I would like to know is how the woman makes a living. Just fancy, here we are in the month of February, and she sent her servant for asparagus, and I have discovered that she has between 12 and 20 visitors every day, and they vary from charwoman to duchess. I know, darling, you will say she's probably a fortune teller. Very likely, but that can only be a blind for something else," says. Now there's a conversation going on between Mrs. McCleary and, of course, Mr. McCleary, her husband. And of course, he's an inspector. So now the case has gone to him, and he has to just go and find out that what exactly Mrs. Myers is doing. So he says, a white slave traffic she might be involved into, or espionage. Look here, I would rather like to get the bottom of it. So now Mr. McCleary is planning to look forward and to find out how Mrs. Myers is earning a living, and how she's able to have so much of money. Is she involved in a kind of a slave business, selling of human beings, or she's spying something? So it says, definitely I would have to go to the bottom of this matter and find it out what exactly it deals with. So in this story here, we are not only just talking about the things that are related to law and to the rules and regulations. We are also talking about the way human beings react to each other's lives, and how they feel that, okay, it's just a game, that could be said. Everyone is interested in knowing each other, their own fortune and the future. But no one is the one who can easily predict, because our own lives, we have our own actions, we have our own past deeds, and according to that, we carry on with our lives. Thank you so much. We'll continue the story in the next class.